Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the total provision of 28,084 crores, 28,084 crores and 55 lakh 37,000 under the grant number 21, Major Head 2,202, General Education at page 263321 of budget be reduced to rupee 1. That is the amount of the whole grant of 28 crores 84 crores 55 lakh 37,000 do stand reduced to rupee 1.
Motion move. You may initiate your discussion now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir. I have a very short discussion regarding the general education. In continuation to what I brought in the House yesterday, in the budget general discussion regarding the DCRG of the deficit teachers, I humbly request the Minister in charge to allocate more funds so as to enable paying the recommended amount of rupees 10 lakhs as per the 5th pay commission to the deficit teachers. Since the reply from the Honorable Chief Minister yesterday is to examine this matter seriously, I request the Honorable Minister in charge, Education, that the examination procedure should be done at the earliest. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I've given a very short discussion regarding this DCRG for the deficit teachers, and I will be very happy if the Honorable Minister in charge will reply very short in this matter. Thank you.
Yeah.
Would also like to take part in this general discussion. Cut motion, both by Charles Marngar and So I don't have much issues, but I would like to apprise a few points. Sir, as I've already asked during the question hour regarding the appointment of teachers, there are several schools, government higher secondary schools. We are not having the maths teachers, science teachers, like that. So if those can be attended at the earliest, otherwise how do we supposed to expect the students to give us a good result? Last year also the result, especially in the board, it was we have got one of the lowest in the country. So if I may put this particular issues before the MLA. And another issue, one of the biggest challenges that we are having is that every now and then we are having the new curriculum. And then like in Tura, we don't have the bookstore. The students, they are suffering to even get the subject that they are given, even to buy the books also. We don't have the proper book room. Okay. Even in Tura also we don't have the proper book room. We don't have the proper book room in William Nagar also. We don't have a proper book room in Baghmara. So likewise, there are lots of schools, new schools that has come out, but yet the students doesn't have the, sometimes doesn't even have the capacity to get the book also. So therefore, if those can be, those things can be arranged properly. Therefore, these are the, failing of emerging patterns and then uncertainty about the host, the administration itself. So therefore, the complexity of the schools are always getting blindsided as a practical matter. Therefore, these are the cyclical and then structural changes which are fundamental. Therefore, it's vital to create the necessity and the value to our children. and our youths. Therefore, to you, Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to request kindly arrange a consensus at the lowest possible level so that every town, every villages will definitely have the required subject, the required books in every school and town. And therefore, I would like to request, since our minister is very new, at least I want him to be sincere and reverently commit to the cause of this particular, to our youth through this education department. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Mr. Speaker, sir, there's one point that I would like to add regarding those who cook for the midday meal. You know, they get only 1,000 monthly, and sometimes they are not being paid every month. So I wish the government, through you, sir, the Speaker, sir, that the Minister in charge to take note and this to increase from 1,000 and pay them regularly. That's my suggestion, sir. Thank you.
Yes, then, Basomit, please.
Sir, I would also like to participate in this motion. However, I have just one submission to the Honorable Minister in charge of Education, and that is regarding the physical education in the state, because we know that there are many youths who have passed out the physical education course, and this can be implemented in the school, where each school must appoint a physical education teacher. If we really want to promote health, it must start from the school level, sir. Because till today, I was informed that the government is not appointing qualified physical education teacher in the school. So may the government consider this as one of the most important subject in the school.
Yes, Roni Bilindo, please.
Sir, I'd also like to participate in this cut motion brought by Honorable Member from Mauhati. I also just have one or two submissions, sir, to request the government and the Honorable Minister. Sir, I've stated in my earlier discussion in the House two questions and motion. Sir, in Upper Shillong, we do not have any community college. So, sir, I would request the government if we can set up one community college providing science, commerce courses that will help, sir. We were talking about congestion, the Honorable Chief Minister taking steps to ease the congestion in Shillong City and other urban areas of the state. Sir, if we can open more colleges in the suburban areas of the state, I think, sir, this will go a long way in easing the congestion, and of course, sir, bringing education closer to the students. Because I think, sir, one of the reasons for us having one of the highest percentages school dropout at the school or college level, sir, is because sometimes the parents cannot afford to send their children to urban centers to continue with their studies. So if this can be looked into, sir, this will ensure that we decrease the number of school dropouts at the school college level, and then of course we ease the financial burden that are being faced by the parents to bear the cost of transportation to go to urban centers to pursue their studies. If the government can look into this, it will go a long way in providing education as close as possible to the students, and of course ease the financial burden that the parents have to go through to ensure that the children get education. If, sir, this can be looked into, and not only talking only about Malin, even other suburban areas, sir, this will go a long, long way, sir, in helping the state give quality education. And of course, sir, we've been facing this problem of shortages of professional people. For example, the medical, engineering, science. So if these can be looked into, sir, I think we can address in the long term these issues that we are facing of having shortage of professionals to man our developmental activities. These are only my submissions, sir, in this motion. Thank you, sir.
I will now call the Minister for reply, please.
Speaker, sir. First of all, I would like to extend my thanks to Salas Marngar, Honorable MLA of Mawati, and all other honorable members who have participated and raised their concern on the subject for the interests of our state. Sir, my reply may be long because it is 45 phases, fall short of 50. So I think, but I will try to be very, very short. Sir, if we look back the history of our state, we are just 181 years old of system of education. When Reverend Thomas Jones came to East Castles and proposed for Kasi alphabet, and only in 1903 for Garo alphabet in Garudas. We are just 181 year old, the education system. We are very, very young. But in this just 180 years, 81 year old, sir, the way that we have merged, the way we have progressed is tremendous. So it is because of our founders, our forefather, and our American missionary. So we are how we are and what we are today. So, Speaker, I'd like to highlight the style and functioning of the education department to some extent for the benefit of each and everyone of this house, and also to share the opportunity and challenge that the department is encountering in the day-to-day administration. The members of this house are fully aware that the education is an important priority subject matter of the state government. But I also inform this August House that education is also a very complex matter, coupled with many challenges and issues which is a major concern to the state government. So the overall administration of education department is subdivided into 3 directorates, namely the Directorate of Education and Literacy, Directorate of Higher and Technical Education, and Directorate of Education Research and Training, and 1 Board of School Education. The basic function of this department is to bring overall improvement in the quality of life of the people and to create conducive and healthy environment for the students to attain higher level of learning and knowledge by improving infrastructure, quality aspect of education, and providing all essential facilities to the school, higher education, and impetus on research and development. So, Speaker, the members of this House is fully aware that there are too many categories of schools and different categories of teachers getting their different salary structure in our state. So, number 1, government schools is fully funded by the government with all facilities due to government employees. Number 2, sir, deficit school, which is handled by as race. Teaching and non-teaching get scale of pay at per with government teacher with no pension facilities as of now, but with dear come retirement with teacher and CPF facility at the rate of 8% of the basic pay per head per month. So in this regard, has this come up to us on this point? So deficit patterns. Teaching and non-teaching get salary, scale of pay, but with only 1 basic and DA and no other allowance facility. So ad hoc school, number 4. Teaching staff get a lump sum amount at the rate of Rs 20,000 per head as a salary at present. Number 5, sir, school receiving science grant. These are the schools which receive science grant at the rate of Rs 22,000 per month per head only for the science teacher of that particular school. Number 6, sir, Hindi grant in 8 school. Teachers get a lump sum at the rate of Rs 20,000 per head as a salary at present. SSA Samagra Shiksha Band, funded by the government of India and the state government on the setting pattern of 90% is to 10%. Purely private school. These schools are fully managed and funded by private organization and trusts. So that's it. I must also mention that many of the schools, especially in rural areas, do not have adequate buildings, infrastructure like furniture, labs, library, a playground, etc. And yet to receive electricity, drinking water, approach road, internet connectivity, and many more as such. Payment of regular salary to all category of teachers except government teacher is a major concern for the department. So, department is aware of the vacancies in all the different categories, including SSA, and government is taking serious measure to address the matter. Sir, Speaker, keeping in view of the above issues and challenges, the department has come up with various measures for overall improvement in the education sector, such as taking strong consideration of the problem of teachers and improving their welfare. State government has taken a huge step in enhancing the salary of ad hoc teachers, and I would like to inform that the government of India has released the SSA second installment amounting to Rs 108.20 crore, which can be utilized for the payment of salary of SSA teacher. So, the state government has categorically asserted that the education is in topmost priority sector, and it concerns that the existing physical infrastructure in most schools are in dilapidated condition and require immediate improvement. Sir, a structured approach was undertaken to address indicator pertaining to key gaps and was documented under the school education infrastructure upgradation in 2022. So, under the able guidance of our Honorable Chief Minister and our Honorable former Education Minister during the MDA government, so the scope of interventions under phase 1 were projected according to the need-based requirement and 191 lower primary school, 7 upper primary school, and 10 higher secondary schools were upgraded and is various stage of completion. Under phase 2, 100 government lower primary school and 11 numbers of government secondary and higher secondary school were upgraded. All schools with the most decrepit condition were included for upgradation during phase 1 and phase 2. The government has decided to move to the next phase, which entails the repair of schools. Out of 2,558 government LP schools in the state that were assessed, 1,885 schools were selected for improvement under phase 1, 2, and 3 collectively. Within the current phase 3, sir, 1,725 schools are being proposed for improvement. Sir, the vocational education of the state of Meghalaya have implemented and introduced vocational education in secondary level in the year 2017 through Samagra Shiksha in collaboration with MBOS. The vocational education is taken up as an additional subject at secondary and elective at higher secondary level. In 2022 and 23, the total number of government schools under the vocational education is 145 numbers of schools with more than 3,000 number of students. Sir, under Pradhan Mantri Posan Shakti Nirmal, PM Posan, previously known as Mid-Day Meal program in the state, the number of school cover under PM Posan scheme during 2021 to 22 was 11,788, and the number of children's cover was 5,80,479. The state government has enhanced the honorarium of 18,483 cook come helper from, I think this is what the exact point that has been raised by honorable member, 18,483 cook come helper from 1,000 per month to 2,000 per month to all the cooks and helper under PM Pusant program. The state government, through various schemes, including centrally sponsored scheme, and the state scheme have been marked difference to improve the access, equity, and equality in higher education in Meghalaya. The state government, under the CSS, RUSA, have improved access to new professional college at the rate Rs. 2 crore each, namely the Shillong Government College of Engineering and the College of Architecture and Urban Planning, Tura. That's the state has also initiated 2 new model degree college at the rate 12 crore each, set up in Patharkuma, Rivoy, which is a special district, and Rongjeng, East Garo Hills, as an unreserved district under the identified by ETIO of Northeast and Himalayan region. In addition, the upgradation of 3 existing colleges to model degree college at the rate 4 crore each in order to provide multidisciplinary undergraduate degree program. 1 Medifodder College, 2 Singam College, 3 Nongtalang College. That's under the infrastructure development grants. The state has further granted to 15 college under RUSA 1 and 11 college under RUSA 2 at the rate 2 crore each to mitigate and improve access by construction of new buildings and renovation of existing facilities and procurement of essential items such as furniture and IT and lab equipment and alike in RUSA beneficiary institution, especially in rural areas, have improved and uplifted the learning experience and in the beneficiary institution. So, under the National Education Policy 2020, the state government and education department has constituted a core group and has initiated the various tasks as identified by the Minister of Education. A tracker was prepared and shared by the Minister of Education for monitoring and implementation of NEP across the state. That's it may be termed as one of the major decisions taken by the government in Meghalaya. The state cabinet approved the state education policy 2018 on 21st September 2018. A decision taken after months of consultation and discussion with stakeholders. So, the development of curriculum and syllabus in collaboration with NCERT, New Delhi, has started the process of development of state curriculum framework in line with the National Education Policy 2020. 25 focus group on 25 identified areas has been constituted. 3 steering committee has also been notified. 1 of school education and early childhood care and education, and 1 each for teachers education and adult education. On the major step taken by the state government, sir, it is to constitute the State Education Commission, which will have a functional structure consisting of core members who are expert in the field, including reputed and experienced academicians, an expert from management and educational planning. The fundamental objective of the Education Commission shall be to advise and recommend the government of Meghalaya on the matter relating to the school system, salary and school structure, school management, functioning and accountability. To proceed to produce concrete solution and strategic recommendation for assuring reform in the school system from the perspective of NEP 2020 and fulfilling its various principles and articulation. Sir, the Department of Education is making huge investment despite shortfall, especially in development aspect of education. I may price this August house that the salary component is a huge chunk of salary in the budget and left with little resources for development works. Therefore, it is pertinent that the budget allocated of 23-24 is written for the welfare of education as a whole. Sir Speaker, as we look at the education scenario of our state, in fact, we are second to none, but there is always room for the improvement. We understand the environment. We understand the gravity of problems with our teachers, with our students, with our community. But sir, I think though it's a huge challenge, but if all honorable members, if all our stakeholders, along with the government, solve the responsibility together, I think the milestone, the bridge can be crossed. Sir, with the quality of education, we have to give the confidence in the minds of our students from our state, so that when they come out of the state, they are well prepared and they are well equipped to face any kind of challenges. So, education is directly connected with all sectors, be it developmental purpose, be it Swachh Bharat, be it militancies. So, if we go back to the history, we are no different from the animals. But this education has made us different today. So in a society, any government, any community, having the well educated people, so we see difference in that society. Because the education is a sector which binds everybody together, which make understands. So to be praying, Meghalaya, specifically Garo Hills, was undergone a gravity of militancy problems in last 20-30 years. So it is directly connected to the education. There was one of my brothers who was in a dreaded GNLA team. That guy was once met me with all the arms. They just come to my house, residence. So I know that guy. That's the same guy who was along with us in our hostel. But that particular guy was never attended the school. He always ran away. He was a very naughty guy. So since that guy wasn't educated well, he went to the jungle to carry the arms, to create problems in the society. So this education is a factor that connects to every sector. So why I'm saying this? The last MDA1 government, sir, under the able and vision leadership of the Honorable Chief Minister and our former Education Minister, so series of issues has been addressed. There was a scarcity of school building. Hundreds of school building has been renovated and upgraded. Number of people scholars has been established. So we see the focus and the serious and the commitment of the government during MDA1. So, since during MDA1, the department focused only on the government schools. But there are hundreds of non-government schools, be it private, be it SSA. So there are hundreds of schools having a dilapidated school building conditions. So as a responsible leaders, would like to make points on this, sir, Mr. Speaker, sir. As a responsible leaders in the society, would like to appeal to all the honorable MLAs of this Augustus. Why not we go back and see what's the condition of our schools in our respective constituency? So, in last 5 years, I have received 2.5 crore in a year as a WP scheme. I could able to give funds at least 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs each to almost more than 25 number of SSS schools and the government school for repairing. Apart from the departmental sanction for upgradation, renovation of certain government schools. Yes, sir, there may be number of schools in your respective constituencies, sir. So we will come up with the documents having all details of every schools, every SSS school, every government school of your respective constituency. Yes, it's a government endeavor to do the intervention, but due to limited concern of the fund, we may not able to do all renovation at once go. Therefore, sir, as a department today, sir, we will be happy to send all this list to all the honorable 60 MLAs of this August House. Yes, you may have 20 numbers of schools that has to be delivered, that is delivered condition. But from if you are really concerned for the education, to your society, to your children, we will be happy if you could kindly intervene from your SRWP scheme. At least 2 lakhs each for each school, just for basic renovation. That can be done, sir. Therefore, we will send all the list to all the MLAs, to honorable MLAs. So we will test how serious our MLAs is for the education. And the testimony will be displayed, not only to raise on the August House, sir, we should also have action from our end too. Testimony will speak, not only the sound in the assembly, sir. Therefore, sir, if everybody solves it together, it's not the big thing to solve this education scenario, sir. And also, sir, the whole idea, the concept of this education scenario in the state is to produce our children so that they will be the pillar of our nation, of our society tomorrow. So the quality education is what we have to concentrate now, sir.
Honorable Member, you may resume your seat, please.